Hola! Welcome to how to manipulate a picture through Photoshop and then transferring it to Illustrator. So you can see I have the directions up right here. I have it on the bottom, but I also have a picture of Dumbo because I'm going to just use him because I think he's really cute. So I like this one, it's a little bit more realistic. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to right click and I'm going to save my image. I am going to save it to the desktop because that's the easiest place to save it. All right, I'm going to save that. I already have Photoshop open, so you guys probably want to do that at some point in time. And I am going to open, and I'm going to find Dumbo on my desktop. Where is he? There he is. Open him up. Ta-da! All right, so I need to open up this layers palette too. If you have a big chunk of background or a part of the picture you don't want, I would totally suggest clicking on the crop tool right here and cropping it in. It just makes your life a little bit easier. So that's all I want because it's pretty close. So I just pressed enter to finish my cropping. Now I want to manipulate this picture, but I can't do anything because my layer is locked. So I just click on the lock button and it's undone. So the first thing is you probably don't want a background because if you're to transfer this in, then you're going to have this white background and it's generally not good. So I'm going to take the magic wand tool and I'm going to click the background and you can see it connects it selects all of it. Now you may have to go and select more than one thing. If it doesn't select all the things that you want, you can change how much it selects by changing the tolerance. The lower the tolerance, the less it selects. The higher the tolerance, the more it selects. If it's not selecting everything that you want, make sure you're on this guy, and it means add to selection. So you'll keep adding and adding to that selection. Once you have this, you can press the backspace button, and it didn't do it. Oh, it's because I'm in tolerance. Shoot, I selected that. Okay, so I'm putting 30 in there. All right, so we're back to here. I'm going to press backspace. There we go. All right. So now all of my background is gone. Those little checkerboard here means that there's nothing there. It's clear. So I'm going to press Control D because that deselects everything. Now let's say I want to change Dumbo and put an effect on him somehow. So I'm going to select him. I didn't want to do that. I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to use my little marquee tool and I'm going to select him. I'm going to go up to, you can go up to image and adjustments, and there's a ton of stuff here. You can just sort of mess around with it. So I'm going to try to do desaturate. If I really wanted to, I could go in and mess with the hue and saturation and really mess with it and get it to be what I want, but let's try this. So he's black and white there. I don't really like that, so I'm going to Control Z that one, and I'm going to just change, I don't know, to, let's do posterize, just for something different. Ooh, I like that. And a lot of these times, you have your little thing up here, and you can preview it or not preview it. And you can change how high the effect is, like it's not really much, but if I go way down here, you can see that it's getting more and more posterized. So I sort of like a little bit more. I like that effect. Cool. All right, so I like this effect. That's what I want. And I am going to resave it. So I'm just going to save it in a Photoshop file. Save. Okay. All right, I'm going to open up Illustrator. So when you do this, you have to make sure if you use multiple pictures that you are adding the same kind of filter on or adjustment to it or something along those lines so they all match. You don't want something that's super, super bright and something that's super dull unless they correlate somehow, but you just have to be very careful with adjusting your pictures. They need to look like a cohesive unit, especially since you're going to be plugging them into the same poster. So when you come to Illustrator, you need to make sure that you're opening it up, a new one, and it should be a poster size. So 8 by 11, not poster size. So this size says letter. I don't want that. Probably a legal or tabloid would be fine. A3 would be fine too. I'm going to do a legal size. Press OK. All right, so you can see that's much longer than a regular size. So I am going to put a background in just because I want a nice little, let's see here, not the blue I'm looking for. There we go, like a sky blue background. We're going to just do a big rectangle. It's okay if your shapes go outside of your canvas. And I'm going to actually lock this, and I'm going to do a new layer, and I'm going to label this picture. And now come in here, I'm going to say place. So this is when I'm going to put the picture in. I'm going to find my picture. So I need to find the Photoshop Dumbo. Here he is. There we go. You want to make sure it says link. You don't want to do any of that. So you want to make sure it says link and press place. And it'll come up like this. And you'll have your little picture and a 1 of 1 because I'm only transferring in one picture. And I click and here he is. I need to move him. Let's see, I wanted him like down here. And then, oop, I didn't mean to do that. There he is. While he's selected though, we need to make sure that we press embed. If we don't press this and you save it and then you turn it in, what happens is the picture is linked to your computer where you saved it. So if you transfer it and I open it on my computer, the picture's not on my computer, so it can't link itself. So you have to embed your picture into it. And you want to, yeah, just make sure you're embedding what you want. You don't have to flatten. You can convert them to objects and it's perfectly fine. So you're going to press OK. So now when I save this and if I were to turn it in, if you were to open this on your computer, you would be able to see it because it is now an embedded piece in here. It's actually in here. It's not an object that's linked to anything else. So it's just a picture for what we have. Then from here on out, I can use type tool. I can create something and do whatever to create my poster. And that, my friends, is how you get a picture in here. And then the world is your oyster after from this. All right. If you need any help with anything, let me know. All of what I went over is in the directions. I just didn't have them up. So all of them in here, all of that's all in here. I hope you are successful with this and enjoy it. See you later.